And joining us now to discuss these latest developments is Wall Street Journal editorial board member Mene Ukueberuwa. Mene, good to see you again. Explain to us more about these allegations and the evidence against the president's brother, James, and how they really tie in to the larger investigation.
Absolutely. So the case that House Republicans are trying to build against Joe Biden is that he was involved in the business dealings of his son Hunter and also his brother James, which were trading on Joe Biden's name and influence in order to bring in revenue from a bunch of different people who wanted to be able to have access to the former vice president. And so in the case of James Biden, he was involved with a medical group called AmeriCorps that he was drawing investment from by promising that Joe Biden would help to promote it. It isn't clear whether or not Joe Biden was directly involved with creating these deals, but it does seem that he was a beneficiary in some way because, as we heard earlier, he received a check on the same day that James Biden received payment from AmeriCorps. And so House Republicans are pressing James Biden to try to see if he can reveal something that would point to hard evidence that Joe Biden was directly involved, but they don't seem to have nailed that down exactly yet.
Mene, do you think these allegations will stick and further implicate President Biden in this impeachment probe?
Well, it's an open question. I think that there's a lot of pressure on Jim Comer, who heads the House Oversight Committee, and also Jim Jordan, who heads Judiciary, to show that there is solid evidence implicating Joe Biden as an actual impeachment would require. So far, they've failed to do that, and it's been a long process of interviewing different witnesses, reviewing documents, trying to find the connection. At the same time, I do think that there's clear implication that Joe Biden was aware that these things were going on, whether or not he was involved, and that will have a big political impact, even if it's not enough to substantiate an impeachment and conviction in the Senate.
Yeah, and there's other developing news regarding the Biden family. This has to do with that former FBI informant and Hunter Biden. Let's talk a little bit more about that and why this matters.
Yeah, so we had a previously unnamed source who turned out to be Alexander Smirnov, who was an informant for the FBI. He commented believing that Joe Biden was directly involved with the deal to get Hunter Biden payment from Burisma in return for calling off a prosecutor who is investigating Burisma for certain crimes. The indictment that came out against Smirnov suggests that he had fabricated that he had previously told a different story. Democrats say this is evidence that key pieces of the information Republicans are using to accuse Joe Biden of involvement were fabricated, but Republicans say this was only one small part of our case. Even though it's now called into question, there are many more pieces of evidence linking Joe Biden to Hunter's dealings with Burisma and other foreign business dealings.
We have about 30 seconds left or so, Mene, but where do you think all of this goes? What's next?
Well, I think that the president is going to continue to keep denying his involvement in the family business, as Republicans often call it. And so far, he is able to say with some shred of truth that there is no document showing that he received payment for any of these deals, even though it's clear that members of his family were sending payments to him for other purposes purportedly during all of this time. And so is there going to be a prospect of impeachment and removal? Certainly not, especially in a divided Congress. But it definitely is going to be a major campaign issue that President Trump is going to press. And I think it's going to hurt Biden a lot in the public's eye.
All right, Mene, thank you so much. Always appreciate your insights. God bless.
Thanks a lot, Tracy.